Let's dance.
Ha! Not like this!
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jai Slayer 19. We're back today with another TFT video this time. This game in particular though, I quite don't understand how I managed to pull it off, let alone like get a win, because I've been in this position many times while playing Fortune during the game. Spoiler alert. But this video is also going to be a little different from normal videos or other videos in the past, because we're gonna watch it. Well, I took it live. I did it live during stream, and then I took a snippet of it, and now we're gonna review it, and hopefully I can get out while we rewatch it. I'm gonna tell you my thought process during the game and how it turns out, right? So we are in queue right now for the game, and as we're getting into the game, I'm gonna go over the basics again in TFT. So in short, right, there's only 4 things you control in TFT, which is 1 is your HP, 2 is the units you place on your board, 3, which kind of goes hand with the units, is your money, and 4 is the synergies and your positioning of the units. Those are kind of going hand in hand, because how you position your units is based on your synergy. But all 4 of these are more or less connected to how successful you will be in playing your game, right? So for those of you that haven't watched my stream, I have been spamming quite a bit of Warlords, because it's not very contested, but I still believe it's a good comp to play for those of you looking to climb to however rank you want, right? And Keepers. Keepers is also, I think, low-key really good. But with that being said, if you haven't yet, you should. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but you should download TFT Tactics. TFT Tactics I find very helpful. Oh, I just declined a match by accident. I find it very helpful, especially from patch to patch, of understanding what's meta and what's really good. Right? The Warlords in the TFT and the TF Tactics. It's either TFT Tactics or TF Tactics, right? Warlords is a tier comp, like, so one of the better ones to play. That, you know, if you play it, you know, to a degree, then you'll get top 4. And Keepers, I still believe, is S tier, which is one of the best of like 6 comps to play right now. But generally you can still play, and these are comps that are based around items. What's TFT different from other auto chess game is that items power, I think the item power is way more powerful than synergies to a degree, or the items and power you put with that you build around your carry, right? Your 1 unit carry in any comp is gonna, it really stacks up, more or less. But as we're loading into a game, just like in any other TFT game, the opening round is the first carousel. Which first carousel, you should always go for the item that you would want to play around, right? So usually I would like to go Chain Vest or BF Sword. That way I can build an early GA. But, you know, obviously in this carousel we got tiers and gloves. So I took a glove over tier, because glove I can build into a Hodge. I can also build into Infinity Edge. I can also build it for a QSS, whether, you know, for Katarina in a Warlords comp or for Yasuo in a Duelist comp. Glove is also good for making for Jeweled Gauntlet if you're going to go like a mage route. Or if you really feeling adventurous, the high roll the high roll sharpshooters warlord comp. Sharpshooters right now are kind of like a bit in the dumps with Jin being taken off in set 3.5, but Sivir ain't too bad of a carry. So getting a Bell tier, I felt like it was kind of useless to a degree, because all I can make is a Trap Claw right now, and Trap Claw is like kind of like one of those items you build at the very last, just to slam it together, just to have a full item. So you see, I got a unit early that I just sold off, so I can buy like almost the whole first round of it. So I like to do it just because it gives you a better chance and more of a chance to hit other one-cost units, because there's a pool, right? So as most of you don't know, there is a pool of units where I think there's like 45, maybe 40 of each one cost. I think 32 of the 2 costs of each 2 cost. Then I think it drops down to 15 or 20. I might be ahead of myself. No, it dropped down to I think 24 of the 3 cost of each 3 cost. And then there's 15 of each of the 4 cost and 10 of the... Yeah, and there's 10 of each 5 cost, right? And obviously as you go up with each, tier of units, right? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cost units, they're supposed to be more powerful, right? Obviously with the 5 cost being the most powerful individual unit, right? Outside of synergies. So off of the first 3 rounds, right? Obviously, you should at least are guaranteed 2 items, or at least 2 additional items, or an item and a Nico's help, or item and a bunch of other on top of the other item you already got. So 2 components and like a bunch of money, some variety of that. As you can tell, I sold off my Nasus Chosen because I didn't want to play Siphoner Chosen. I think Siphoner Chosen is kind of a bait. I also don't pick up Brand Chosen here because I don't want to go ASOL carry. ASOL carry, I've had mixed results on, right? Either going Dragon Soul or like 5, 7 mages. Also, ASOL 8 kind of a big nerf, like a patch or 2 ago. I think it was 2 patches ago on 11.3. So I generally don't go ASOL carry because it's also a very contested unit between Dragonborn and mages. So I lost that round. That's pretty unfortunate. Even... Did I level up? I had 4 units, right? Oh yeah, I even leveled up and lost, which is pretty unfortunate, right? I leveled up so that way I can have early keepers. Keepers is pretty good at any stage of the game, more or less. Especially with Kennen. But I went Warlords in this setup, and very early, because not only did I hit it early, I also had a glove, which was for QSS, a rod for gunblade. I just got to pick up a sword, and belt. I considered making into a Sunfire either for Garen or Jarvan, right? If you ever go 6 Warlord, you usually drop Garen off because you don't go Vanguard at all in the final comp, ideally. Like, Garen's good early, and if you don't 3-star Garen, like, kind of naturally early, it's meh. But, yeah, we're going to lose this round again, too, as you can tell. Right, we're already on a losing streak, right? So, pretty much the objective until you hit the, this minion wave right here at the end of round 2, right, is that, now you either want to be on a 5-round winning streak or a 5 losing streak, right? Either or. That way you're getting the most gold income possible and the fastest gold income possible to hit 50. Obviously, if you do go on a 5-round losing streak, or 5-round losing streak, right? Obviously, you're trading your HP, to get more money per turn, right? Which obviously you can tell on the left-hand side, I'm like 3rd from the bottom. I mean, the only benefit about lose streaking early, too, that it's not that punishing, let alone that it lets you pick first on the carousel, which, for me, with having, like, kind of not a full item yet, is really, really important. As we kind of go through these rounds. In this set in particular, they introduced the Chosen mechanic, right? And a lot of people will do one of 2 things with Chosen mechanic. They will pick up their ideal Chosen mechanic early, like Cultist, like you gotta have it for 9, Warlords generally get it early, so you can hit 6 like early, because Warlords you kind of want to snowball a little bit. Even though I did the total opposite here. Fortune, you have to hit a chosen fortune to hit 6, and I don't think it matters which chosen you hit. Ideally, you want to hit chosen cat, but I mean 6 chosen or 6 fortune is very interesting to say the least. If you ever tried it or haven't tried it. It's a interesting and hard comp to pull off, more or less. Right. So at that point, I was scouting to see what other people are going, to make sure other people weren't going Warlords. Because obviously, if you and another guy's going, the same comp, or if you and multiple people are going with the same comp, like 2-3 other people in the lobby, then if you don't have most of the units already, or ideally the closest to hitting it or second closest, the bad news is you're never gonna hit it, because of you're all contesting for the same units and pulling out of this shared pool I was talking about. So it's harder and harder to hit it with more units coming out, right, of the same units that you're looking for. So after the scouting while during that round, right, I decided to stick with Warlords. I made a Gunblade on Darius. I'd kind of make it my item holder for Katarina, or carry for now until I hit Katarina. Once I hit Katarina, the goal is to sell Darius off, right? Oh, as you can tell, I've lost 4 rounds now, 4 rounds in a row, and I'm making pretty good gold per turn, but getting down to 76 HP at this point is kind of bad. Oh, see, I hit Katarina pretty early, so I'm debating if I'm gonna sell Darius or not. I think I ended up deciding to keep Darius, because Darius I think is a stronger unit than Cat, especially without GA. Katarina without GA, 1 cost unit without Cat is really bad. Oh yeah, I end up leveling up so I can put Fortune and Warlords in. So I'm already on a 4-round lose streak, and I don't even have the Fortune build up yet. So Fortune's a very, very interesting mechanic in this set, because when you win, if you keep winning, you get an extra 2 to 3 gold per turn, I think. Now if you're losing, you keep building up, and the rewards get bigger and bigger and bigger. Somehow your losses are being more invested on top of that, right? So I just pick up Fortune because I was already losing. I might as well build it up. Also because Darius and Cat are kind of strong 3-cost units, but everyone's already hitting level 2, the second tier units, silver or 2-star units, as you can tell. I hit level 2 Garen here, which is nice, but I'm still in a bad position here, because Garen's my literal only 2-star unit. I have no chosen on the field of any kind, and I'd never picked up a chosen because at this point in the game, I was hoping I would have hit a chosen warlord between Garen, Jarvan, Nidalee, and at this point Katarina, right? Or Vi. 5 different warlord units. I was hoping to hit a chosen by now, and I never did. Which is super bad. Right? Super bad in the context of this game. Right? Me being at 68 HP at this point in the game at round 3, basically going to round 3, is really bad, because now if I keep losing, I'm gonna be taking more damage from 2 factors. One, everyone else leveling up and getting more units on the board while I'm kind of staying the same. And 2, because it's the round 3, damage dealt from the little legends, or your little pet, whatever you want to call it, goes up too. So, and that's just a constant thing to keep in mind, right? So right now we're at 40 gold per turn, and I'm level 5. So, as you can tell, I don't know if you've noticed that there's a lot of people in this game that try to go some kind of Shyvana unit or carry. And as the higher you climb, there's a lot right now, in particular in this patch in 11.5, there is a lot more brawler like a mixture of Brawler and Dragonborn Shyvana carries. I don't know why people gravitated towards that over playing other comps. There's also quite a bit of people that play Duelist right now in comparison to everything else. I don't know why people want to... I don't know if it's because it just feels more natural to play it like that. Anyways, I end up rolling because at this point, going on a 6-round losing streak and at 58 HP is super bad news. Like, if I don't like find a way to cut my losing streak... this is like I'm gonna like get knocked out super early at the rate I'm going, and at this point I need to win a round so I can cash in on my fortune payout, right? I think I'm already I lost track at this point in the game, but I'm out. I think I've lost 3 rounds in a row now since I picked up fortune, making our 4th now. And at this point I'm like getting really worried because I already lost half my HP, and that's really bad before wolves. Like ideally before wolves, or at wolves, you want to be at like, kind of like where these guys are sitting at 60, 70 HP. Right, ideally. I just hit 2-star Jarvan, so that's really good. And I haven't used any of my items yet, as you can tell on my bench, because I'm keeping the chain vest separate so I can pick up a sword and make a GA. I don't want to make a thieves glove yet because I have to, which is the 2 gloves combining together. Which I need one to make a QSS for Katarina. So that leaves me tier and like belt, which makes a redemption, which redemption at this point is not going to do me any good. Redemption's like good like early. Like redemption at this point, like I might get very little like return or value out of it at this point. But this guy's running cultists against me, or you know, in this game. I think this guy, if I remember correctly, I think this guy got top 3. Eventually. I don't think he ever hit his... Oh, no, he did hit his full 9. So now I'm going to a carousel round. I'm at 48 HP. Half my HP's gone. And I'm looking to pick up a sword, which there wasn't one. So I ended up picking up a cloak to make a QSS. I also have the sound muted just so like so you don't hear like double me. I mean, ideally, right, I'm like the synergies I have going at this point in the game is good for running warlords. It just sucks that literally every unit on the boards is 1-star unit except for Garen and Jarvan. I think I end up... Yeah, that's what I end up picking up Pyke over Akali because Pyke's utility is much better. His stun is much better than... I don't need damage. I just need... You know, I just need some CC so I can put some damage out. Why did I pick up Fortune Annie? Oh, no, okay. I picked up Fortune Annie there because I thought I was going to... I debated about going 6 Fortune, but I did not. I have gone 6 Fortune before and been in the same position before, which I actually think I made a video on, which was called the most unfortunate and fortunate game. And I actually think I got as just as low and it has big of a winning streak in that game as this one. I pick up Garen and Jarvan, so in hopes of hitting level 3 in this game. And I picked up Vibe for the 6 Warlord synergy. So with Nidalee still on the bench, I am 1 Warlord short of hitting 6 ideally. Because 6 Warlord is a big spike from 3, big jump, power jump from 3. So at this point, we're on a 9-round losing streak. So I think since we put in Fortune, we've lost 5 rounds in a row. And as you can tell, I was feeling really desperate to try to break this loss. So I roll it down, which you should never do in any game. At this point, I had no choice because I'm at 40 HP, and this is like, I'm literally like, if I lose like another 3 or 4 rounds in a row at this point, especially going to round 4, I'm going to be knocked out before next carousel. So I don't hit I don't hit 2-star cat at this point, which is like really bad considering this is my main carry in this comp with these items. Now, the last video I came out with, I've also made, I hit Noodlies, okay, so I hit 2-star Noodly, not bad. In playing, I like playing Warlords a lot because you can make almost anybody the carry. Lately, in this patch, since Brawlers is kind of very common in games, I don't go Vi carry anymore. I have in the past. You just build like tank items like Sunfire and Bramble Vest. You can do that. You can do Garen carry now, which is, you know, it might get you. It gets you top 4 if you go 6 Warlords with set with another 5-cost unit carry, like either with Set or Samara. So at this point, I still keep rolling in hopes of breaking my losing streak, and I finally hit Chosen Vi, which is really, really good because this gives me 6 Warlord synergy and another Jarvan. So I'm really close to hitting 3-star Garen and Jarvan. And I roll it all the way down in hopes of hitting him. So I hit 3-star Jarvan here. And I need to level up so I can put Vi in for my 6 Warlords. And the only reason I keep Fortune in right now over 6 Warlords, so in hopes of winning a round, I can get the payout from Fortune. And I think since I put in Fortune, I have lost 6 rounds in a row now. And because of me hitting 3-star Jarvan in this instant, I think I lose this round again. I got really close to winning though. At this point, we're just going to keep rolling, spend our money, because literally I'm like 2-3 rounds away from losing. And I'll be right back. I need to go piss. I'll be right back. I've been drinking a lot of fluid since I've been home from work. But anyways, continuing on, right? Anyways, as we take a moment here, if you are liking this video so far, just leave a like below, and if you like TFT League of Legends content, you know, make sure you subscribe and come follow me at Twitch and on YouTube. If you want more videos like this for TFT related, just leave a comment below and let me know which comp you want me to play out and explain my thought process as I play it. Because ideally, like every comp, you have to play it a little differently from others, and situations from game to game changes too. Like in this game, whoever plans on going on a 12 round losing streak and still manage to come back and finish in the top 4. Like, I've been in this position once before, running Fortune. Actually, I've been in this position I think 2 to 3 times running Fortune, 3 and or 6 Fortune. Right, like this is like impossible comeback. Like, you have a 1% chance of coming back and doing anything. So now I hit 3-star Garen, which is unfortunately sitting on my bench, which I just replaced Vi. Because in my brain, when I did it, 3-star Garen is stronger than Vi. And just out of desperation, I made a Hodge on Jarvan because I didn't know what else to do with my tier and my extra glove, and I needed to keep Chain Vest to make GA for Katarina. Alright. I think I ended up winning this round, I believe. I could be wrong. I think I ended up winning this round. Yeah, I do. So this is when I finally win my first round since the loss streak. And I think I went on an 8-round losing streak since I put in Fortune. So we started from 4. So we went on a 8 round losing streak, and the payout from Fortune is going to be humongous. Right, I was expecting like 2 to 3 Force of Natures. Or maybe like 1 to 2 Force of Natures when I collect the payouts here after this carousel. So, I see Lee Sin. I go for the sword. I think I get it. Nope, I get cucked. That's right. What do I even go for here? I don't even think I knew. I don't even think I knew what I went for. I think I picked up a vest again. Yeah, I picked up a vest. Oh, I remember. I picked up a second vest so I can either make stone. I think I ended up making a stone plate, a gargoyle stone plate for Jarvan. Because right now in this in this position, Jarvan and Garen are like my two carries right now. They are doing more damage and more work than anyone else on this team right now. So as you can tell, I get this huge payout. I get 3 Thieves Gloves. Like, this is huge. These are just huge, right? So I put Stoneplate on Jarvan. I put one of the Thieves Gloves on Garen. I didn't know what else to do with my other 2 Thieves Gloves, so I just slam. I think I slammed one on Vi. I don't need Fortune anymore because I finally got my payout, so I sell off Kench. And I think I put the other one on Annie. Alright. That's why I sold Kench off. I ain't going to continue running Fortune. Because, A, if I lose any more, I'm basically dead. Right? I'm barely hanging on. Like, there's the next guy above me is at 25. And the next guy above him is at 51. Right? This guy and I, we're literally on the edge. Like, about to die. And we have to, like, all in, basically. And by the way, at this point, like, in the game, I felt like I could top 4, but I wasn't sure about it yet. Because of the payouts, right? So since I 3-star Jarvan and Garen, my goal was to at least econ back up to 50, which you can't see here, unfortunately. Because I didn't realize when I was streaming, I covered up like the experience bar to level up. But obviously, our goal is to focus on leveling and econing, right? Well, econing first and then leveling. That way I can hit level 8, which gives me a good chance of hitting Azir to go, which gives me keepers, which I can replace Garen. Or not Garen. Actually, I think to replace Annie. I think I ended up running like 7 Warlords that game. Because I ain't going to drop a 3-star Garen at this point. And I just have Kenshin right now. Oh, actually, I end up running Fortune again. Because I realized that I need Kench for Brawlers. And there's nothing else I can put in for now. And might as well run 6-3 Fortune to help me econ back up. I'll end up dropping it again. But so we made it back up to 31. I'm on a 3-round winning streak now, as you can tell. Chickens. So I call these chickens. I think they're called Arc Raptors. Set 3, they were called Space Raptors or something like that. But when you get to the chicken round, or Raptors round, right? I keep calling them chickens because that's what they're nicknamed on the Summoner's Rift. This is the last set of minions where you get your loose component items, right? So after this round, every item you see are going to be like full, like you want full items at this point. And that's all you ever get. So for me, I ended up getting a BF sword and a chain vest, which is really fortunate at this point in the game. And like, these are ideal items to have on Katarina as your carry. Whether you go Assassins or Fortunes with Katarina. And Fortune Cat has to be your carry in Fortune, by the way. With the removal of Jinx as a sharpshooter. On set 4.5, sorry. So Garen having banner, I repositioned him so he hits Annie and Vi, because I want a Chalice to hit Jarvan and Garen. It makes it where their spells are more powerful, or their abilities. I said spells. I meant their abilities. Right. So we're making our comeback here. Actually, the guy on the bottom, I was sitting at the bottom at me with 25 HP, is also like making a bit of a comeback. So we're closing the gap between us at the bottom and those at the top and above us. So, like I said, hitting 7, right? At this point, I'm just trying to hit... Well, I hit Tryndamere, too. Because I also considered trying to run 9 Warlords this game in case I got a Warlord banner. But, I end up dropping that idea because, A, you know, I just want to hit top 4, ideally, so I don't lose LP. And 2, it's just, I feel like you're right now, your Warlords, excuse me. Right, I don't... So, Nidalee, you know... I just keep her on the bench. Then, I always have that available to me between Tryndamere and Azir being picked up at this point in the game. It's a lot easier to pick them up than your one cost unit, right? Especially with the huge variety of one cost units in the pool. So as you can tell, I'm spending whatever extra gold I got just focusing on levels. Actually, I just go to 8, period. I went to 8 here because I want to preserve my win streak, and I felt like the best way to do that was putting in assassins, which gives me crit chance and increases crit damage for Katarina, which is really, really good because you can crit on spells. So, which is really, really good. Whew. So here's the cultist guy that I beat earlier in the game again. So as you can tell, about round four, like round 4.5 with the carousel into 5, right? This is when people start getting killed off and higher elo, like, because this is plat 1, diamond 4 elo right now in this game. Because I was trying to, I've been playing again lately to hit diamond again. So I pick up Samara and a Bloodthirster because I wanted to run Samara with Nidalee, which is really, really good because it gives you Sharpshooter, and Samara's a pretty good unit. I think so, with like any BF related items. Whether you go Deathblade, Infinity Edge, Giant Slayer. Only other item you could run on her would be Rageblade is really good on her, and Last Whisper. So, like I said, Samara's a 5 cost unit, and she's a really good Sharpshooter. And I think a good unit overall. So I roll again, finding Azir. Now I'm debating who to drop off, which I drop Kench off. And drop Annie off for Samara. Since Vi has Locket, I want her in the middle of the front line. So she can get shields to everybody. So now I have a Thieves Glove. I didn't know what to do, so I put on Azir just because. I picked up Ornn because I considered it trying to save my money to go to 9, but I don't think I ever do in this game. Also, Ornn items, if you can, like if you get an early Ornn, you just put it on the field. Doesn't matter what synergy, because the Ornn items, the earlier you get an Ornn, and the more items you get from Ornn, is so good. Ornn items are so good. So at this point, my goal is to 2-star Samara, 2-star Azir, and 3-star my Katarina. 3-star Cat in my brain, when looking at scouting the other boards, is gonna make me win this game, I believe. I also scouted the other boards to see how other people are positioning their carry, because you need to position your assassin, which for me in this case was Katarina, straight across from them. That way they get taken out early and quick as possible. If you run 6 assassin, it kind of doesn't matter like where you place it, because they're all 6 gonna jump over to the backside. Okay, it matters a little bit, but when you're only playing with 1 assassin or 2 assassins, right, then it matters a lot. Also, I believe one of these people running a Zephyr. Oh my god, when I got to this round, I was a little bit triggered, to say the least. I got triple Locket. I don't know who to put triple Locket on because of Thieves Glove on like half of my units. It's like, where am I supposed to put like triple Lockets at? Oh my god. So as you can tell at this point in the game, that 3 people already got knocked out. So we're in the top 5 right now. So the guy, whoever finished in 5th, will lose like minimal amount of each like LP, which would be like maybe like 5 to 10 LP. Why am I rolling again? I'm rolling again because I think at that point I believed I wasn't going to hit 9 because of the early deficit I put myself in. And like I said, and we're just at that point I just committed to the goal of hitting 3-star Cat and looking to 2-star Azir and Katarina. So as you can tell, I positioned Azir like that so Banner hit both Samira and Katarina. Giving Samira more attack speed is always really good, so she gets to that S rank faster and does her deadly combo. I even watching the replay of this, I don't even understand how I like wiped the floor with that guy. Like I don't even think my Cat ulted and they just died. So now we're top 4. Alright, here we go. Now I just hit 3-star Cat, and at this point in the game, I believed I was gonna win. Right. See, that guy's running an ace hole carry with 9. There was a 9 cultist, 6 duelists. So 9 cultists is really, really good and will win you games generally. I also put all 3 of my lockets on Pyke because I didn't know who else to put it on. Also, since it's Dorado, it'll increase like his ability power, or which increases his spell damage. Right, the stun that he does through people. My Azir kind of has some bad items. I mean, Deathblade Azir is kind of like poo-poo, to say the least. But we end up beating the 9 Warlords guy. Oh, he finishes top 4. Not top 3, so... So he's dead, right? So when you die, all the units that you had on... No, I lied. I think all the units that were on their board, I think dies with them. They don't get put back into the pool, I believe, is the mechanic. Right? And if you haven't been paying attention, as you can notice, as I'm scouting to see how the Aesol and the other guy position is carried, because like I said, you want your... I want my Cat, like, straight across it. But we went on a 10-round winning streak at this point, since, like, the 12-round losing streak. So I've managed to completely turn around. Literally started from the bottom before, and now we're here. So Aesol I wiped pretty early. I think the Olaf kills everybody here. Nope. So the guy got killed by one of her ghosts, either mine or that Dragon Soul guy with Olaf carry. Also, if you take Chain Vest early, it's really, really good. Or BF Sword early, because you can make it where you can run Keepers, because you need 2 GAs realistically, or you can run Olaf or Shyvana carry with GA. Which, like I said, Shyvana carry... I don't suggest because a lot of people are spamming it right now. Brawlers comp. Literally going 8 Brawlers and a Shyvana and set as your secondary carry. I just watched that guy's board to see what he does. He hit level 2 Samira. But he's running like... I think just Warlock. He's running like... Oh, he was running Dragonborn with Olaf carry. So he didn't 3-star Olaf. Right, if this guy 3-starred his Olaf, he probably could have won this game. Probably wiped my board. And there we go. And that's that. It is... So that is the power of fortune in this game. If this video teaches you anything, that even... like having a huge loss streak like that, as you could, oh my god, you should hear my initial reaction as I like win that game. It's like I'm still dumbfounded to this moment that I can't believe I won this game, because I've lost 12 rounds in a row like that, running 6 fortunes. And it was my first time ever losing that hard with 6 fortunes. That I was given, I think, 3 Force of Natures, and I didn't even have enough money at the time, because they didn't give me any money either. to compensate all the free units I can put in. But so running Fortune is really good, kind of like early to mid game. Which, by the way, early game I would say is like the opening round to like round 3. Yeah, I'd say to like 2.5, like after the second carousel, right? Third carousel after third carousel, right? Which is actually no, I'm sorry, I lied. Yeah, it's a third carousel, which is really good. Also, running. Also in the mid game, running Fortunes is good too. Because at that point, your goal is to just try to hit level 8 as like soon as possible. So, in this game, if I could, I would have gone. I could have hit 8 much sooner if it wasn't for the big fat losing streak I took. So I could have slow rolled at 8, and 3-starred my units for warlords. Slow rolling is a tactic that you use generally with duelists, but you also can do it at level 8 if you want to hit your 3-cost units or your 4-cost, maxing them. Well, actually, hitting 9 would be better, but hitting 9 is so hard because you have to spend a lot of gold. And 8, you still have a pretty good chance of hitting the 3 and 4 costs like pretty often on each roll. But slow rolling is where you spend all your excess money until you get down to 50 gold, which is a pretty viable strat to use. That's, like I said, that's called slow rolling. If you use TFT tactics, they also have a thing called standard, which was pretty close to how I ran this game after I win streak. Generally, you'd want to hit like level 8 by the start of round 5-1. You're just basically just power leveling, as they would say, which is pretty good. But like I said, if you never gave Fortune a chance, you probably should. And if you can fit it in early, it's really good. Regardless if you're winning or losing, right? Until you get to like the 4th round, where at that point you need to be hitting your synergies, your big carry items, and your big 2 and 3-star on your carries. Like in this game, it was just random. It was pretty random chance I even was able to come back, let alone 3-star Jarvan, 3-star Garen, 3-star Cat, and the only reason I was able to 3-star them because one, I did a pretty bad job at managing my money, and my HP, but the payout from Fortune kind of levied that a lot, gave me a huge relief. 2 was that I hit these units, 3-starring them, Jarvan, Garen, and Katarina, because they weren't contested, right? I was playing a comp that wasn't contested, so as they were pulling, units from the pool, right, the other 1, 2, 3 costs from the pools, right, especially those brawler guys, it left those. I was able to hit those units more likely, a better chance, right? I mean, at the end of the day, TFTs is about giving yourself the best chance, the best RNG to put together the strongest board possible. I mean, there's a lot of ways to manipulate it, right? But the biggest takeaways you should take away from this video is that actually, the biggest takeaway you should take away from this video is that why are people not running warlords when they are still pretty decent? I mean, I've topped 4 very often on warlords. If you don't believe me, you can look at my TFTautochess.com and look me up, right? I topped 4 very often with warlords. I think there's been a couple times recently where I kind of shot myself in the foot, but that's because I made bad decisions, right? About when to spend my money, which is probably one of the hardest decisions in this game, is how and when to spend your money. As you can tell, I spent all my money super early, which is kind of a big death wish for the way I was playing it. But obviously, like I said, in the beginning of this game, your goal is to hit 50 as soon as possible, which I did. I was just fortunate enough that I didn't lose hard enough, keep losing hard enough where I killed myself, more or less, right? But like I said, but But like I said, that's pretty much the basics in the nutshell and my thought process on how I played this particular game out, which was a mixture of Fortune and Warlords, going 6 Warlords in the end, and Assassins, which is pretty your standard, your most standard Warlord comp, with at least 1 or 2 3-stars, and Cat for sure being one of them with your big items, right? Your main carry, and either Samara or one of the other Warlords as secondary. You can even make Tryndamere. You can even 3-star Tryndamere and make him a carry. You just go different items on him. Like, I think... But I've lost to a Warlord comp like that. Like, 3-star Tryndamere will just spin the win on the board literally like as hard as Garen. But if you do like this video, right, just make sure you just give a like below. And if you want to see my thought process and how I approach the game as playing either any comp you like, I played a game yesterday and I won with Divine Wukong, right? So, which one of my buddies like to call it Bonky Kong, which I think he just hit Grandmaster. If not, he's like Diamond 1 or 2 right now, because he plays way more of it than I do, because I've been splitting my time between League of Legends and this. With that being said, if you do like League of Legends content, and if you do like TFT content, just hit that sub button. Where is it? Right over here. Why do I keep doing it? Right over here? Right? Yeah. Right. As I just do this stupidly. And I plan on releasing a League of Legends video probably by Monday, if not Tuesday, the latest. Because I have to like sit down and edit it so much. This was just kind of like cut and dry. But other than that, thank you guys. If you haven't yet, follow me on Twitter at JoeySlayer19, same on Twitch. And I'll see you guys around. Just let me know in the comments below if you want to see me play a certain comp and share my thoughts on it and the best possible way to win with that comp. I know some of you are probably going to ask me for duelists, so I'll see if I can get a duelist game in and show you. But thanks guys, and I'll see you around.
I am here to entertain myself, mostly. But you too!
Be right back!
Will you?
Who can know these things?